If you want to know the latest about Uman business, join Uman and Ali every Thursday after the 8 p.m. news bulletin and Saturday after the 6:30 news summary. City Uman Talk with Uman and Ali.
Fambul, Una Adu, and welcome to another edition of City and Woman Talk. City and Woman Talk na program where they look at issues them with concern women in the country. And we will present today edition of City and Woman Talk, Mina Patrick Kiata Conte. When inside today edition of the program, I get with me Eunice, Nafisa to Mustafa. Good evening and welcome to the program.
Good evening, everyone.
For possible to listen, go one Wudana Eunice, Nafisa to Mustafa.
Mina the owner and editor of Nafisa magazine. Mina the chairperson and founder of Strong Girls Evolution. Na me write Girlz Planete, teenage pregnancy, and Miss na student na Frabe College.
Alright, so we don't see over the years you don't be active on writing. When you discover say you get this talent here, so
well, from women I be small game, I be always like for write.
okay.
Make us say from where I will put words together. I don't they write from the time they will be the write inside me 80 pages to now we actually don't publish me book. So na a very long journey.
So what are some of the things then where you don't write? Because you talk say from when you small you don't write. Take me through that experience the way you be small you write, right? What now the thing first the way you think say you remember we write we captivate the attention of other people there around you.
The first thing I write we captivate attention I be a story. I write about 4 girl picking them at the time I call and say then I 4 twin them cannot be no self say what the way they call quadruplets. So I write for them 4 girl picking them. I write say they get magical powers them and then they on a journey to an island we get a lot of fine things in them and at the island them free for do anything where they want. I write that story there, I give mama for edit the story and I be the bluff all months. I don't write inside 80 pages and I don't publish my own story.
So what thing be the feedback of people the way they be happen for read that your story the way you be write?
Mama torment her for edit. So where he edits obviously it's only say as I be right and one day all man gets for reading my story. After my mama edits me 80 pages, the next person will be the torment I be my auntie, my mama and small sister. I torment her for type that story, they say just collect them and from that end I never see the story again.
So that story, you know, and alright, from then and day you did do your story as you made mention say you do your first story we talk about 4 twins there and same way so you might be happen for be your personal editor. So what thing don't be the goal of your parents there on for ensure say this you talent here so where you get able enhance and the public able see you?
Well, me mama no ever make I feel like say writing talent, not all talent. It be always in support of me writing skills. Them anytime I write something go gladly. At times so I be the write certain things them will be require me for like read them out loud like poems them they like it be they make a team up and read. If I write something we get for deal with speech or debate I be actually get time who are small for write different in them. So it be they make a team up and read them out and it be they guide me through if I read certain thing them in a particular way go say no not also for read them where they make speech now so if for team up where they debate now so if for present you argument. So mama be always supportive.
Let's take a look at Nafisa to we be young. You say you discover say you get talents we be young at a maybe you there in you 9, 10, 11 years, primary school. Then and they take a look at girl picking or some woman them when they say that they do other thing, they like play, but you know somebody way be they by yourself, it is they write, they beg people they edit some of them picking and doing then and they beat and say pass can go study then stop then.
I be they play.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean mostly they play. Yeah,
right.
Because most of me party them within my area, so obviously I be they play. Like I say, I just grew up for be that type of picking where people multitask. One moment you go see how they play cook, the next moment you see how she do I take me pencil and me book at the right. Now me that be just that kind of picking. The next moment you go see me around big people them, they ask them questions, them we not even concern me. So I be just able multitask. I be get a lot of energy as small.
Okay. So what's in order to keep you going?
Well, first where I start, where some people let me just negative for no reason to go shade and try for pick up fights. During me teenage years, I not be like understand things, so people learn they naturally. So if forcing to go shade or try for pick up fight or try for bring up beefing and
I
they
can
like.
definitely tell you not the person we know the pick up fight.
I can pick up fights at times, yeah, but doing anything, but not for any kind of fights. No, when I'm mostly with my friends. Yeah, okay. So doing anything and they are not be understanding, so people learn so I can just act the same way if person try for beef, myself beef. But as I grow older, my big sister tell me say any fruit we rep they receive a lot of stones them. So anytime I they do something then person try for to roll a stone and they say okay. I remember with my big sister tell me say let me for say this na fruitful something I they do then I they keep going. Then I get for realize say people we get time for others them too much. We get time for always spread rumors or try for throw stones at others always. Then kind people they waste their time. Because when me sit down the thing why they begin thinking but okay I want to do this, I want to do that day, I want achieve this, I want achieve that day, I need for do this, I need for do that day. Then I na miss out. But if first thing they don't know more, okay look how that day they do. That person has so a day, I need for to go shit, then that they bring them down. They waste your time. The energy you for invest in yourself for grow, you go spend them the waste time per other person. And at the end of the day, you grow slower. So now that I don't realize, if you focus on yourself in life, you grow faster. So people can go and shades, I can just say, okay, this I saw this person.
Well, lay we can in-depthly on what we can discuss. You just don't publish this book here, so Girlz Planete Teenage Pregnancy. What's in the rationale behind this book here, so?
Like I already don't mention, from where I was small, I get passion for it.
Right.
Along the way, back in senior secondary school, I began for come in touch with Children's Forum Network,
okay,
where mark me advocacy beginning or where marked the start of my advocacy because eventually I become the president of Children's Forum Network na the Annie Walsh Memorial School. So at the time I begin learn about issues that would affect young picking them na salon where affects girls them and the like. And I come for say teenage pregnancy na one big hurdle. Because we always talk say we want women to occupy certain positions, say we want more women there up there. Even though at times where people can go through this hurdle of teenage pregnancy, some can able overcome and still become great person in society. We get them survival stories, then we get several of them. But at the same time, you get people where they go through this hurdle for make them overcome. It can be very difficult. And if we say we want a lot of empowered women they out there, we need for work on the foundation. And already at the foundation are the young girl because that girl picking they get for become an empowered woman one day. And I get for realize say we always talk about serious issues them like poverty and the like, but other issues them they. So I look at experience system where I beget during secondary school, direct and indirect experience system, conversations them where I be get and how I be make decisions and how some of my friends them and network be they make decision where we they at that particular teenage age. Then I look at the girly world and I decide for write a story where person go read and relate to. The one that we don't read the story so far, where na me age mates but come back and say, oh, if you about to go back, I remember this where we go school na the same thing. You make a member father and kind of them. So me na 22, and the teenage age na salary you know for 19 stop. So from that day to 22, much gap are not too big for them that way. They one way or the other. So the way I think now that same with this generation they right now, yeah. So I say I'm fit say I will able find way for present the teenage world picture in a nice way girl picking them able understand and read the book and able make proper decisions. And I make at the end of each and every chapter I include questions them there. You cannot be just one make them read and more for fun's sake. Although it meant for be entertaining, at the same time it for be educative. I know say I'm not gonna know all things and I'm not able to get the entire picture, but I try my best for present within me know.
So how many chapters then they into this book here?
Like you see 9 chapters. Okay. I start with Genesis and I end with Revelation.
Quick summary of Genesis, some of the chapters then for person where they listen go one know the content of the book. Logo quick chapter 1 with Genesis.
Okay. Like for Genesis, it starts with social media influence because you go see say the beginning of the book they admire the amount of followers that we get. Okay. Say in mama they tell them say a need for focus on the studies, but and not be the same mama in point. Then if you go further, you see chapter we get for deal with child marriage, because child marriage and teenage pregnancy interrelated. Okay. Because where if pikin not married at a teenage stage and you end up for gets belly, obviously in a victim of both child marriage and teenage pregnancy. Now 2 interrelated issues them. So I talk about child marriage. Me big sister and a social worker. So mostly where I be the go for now the way social welfare and general affairs number 1. I be the go for and they I be the see for the issues then be they come up. So then they can say direct and indirect experiences. So I think the child marriage is one of the issues that will lead to teenage pregnancy we need for curtail. I try my best for raise issues them. Then I also present a chapter we get for deal with let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex. They indicate say mostly parents and guardians in a salon then can be reluctant when it comes to sex talk. So if you know educate you begin, we don't reach certain age, wait you not try to go learn in a school. And where they talk with in peers them, you never can tell what they will discuss. All man just they talk what you think.
And we also see one time chapter we talk about peer pressure.
Yes, peer pressure. At times where they go school, then all man they act in a certain way, then you need act in that particular way. People can begin to talk, they can begin to see you say you different. Then in order for fit in, you can end up make certain decisions them they will end up affect you. So peer pressure another issue with the cause teenage pregnancy.
I see one day in the chapter we are not able to understand we're not playing with the devils.
Oh, playing with the devils gets for deal with guys them. How they picking them in the book we interact with guys them. So I just put something for me funny. Yeah. You know where let's make I use playing with the devils now some kind of fun. Yeah. Because at times you can also say certain thing the way you do bad, but you can still go and do them. So if you don't say something evil and they do them, then you play with something bad. So I just pretend they as fun. Yeah.
Alright, how about Hello Romeo?
Hello Romeo gets for deal with a relationship. It gets for deal with them one day we can meet people them online. We never say mostly as young girls them meet different people online, and social media don't make them so easy. Any kind of personality they out there. So that particular chapter gets for deal with a girl we meets a guy online, then something leads to something, then at the end of the day the guy gets for treat them in a way where affects them negatively.
Alright, Fambo, in case you just did. When we not forget to say, they listen to City and Uman Talk, where they get to know live from studios. Now Radio Mountwell on FM 107.3 in Afabi College campus. Inside today's edition of the program, I get with me Eunice Nafisa to Mustafa, the owner and editor of Nafisa magazine, and Simon Suena, the chair and founder of Strong Girls Evolution, author of Girlz Planete, and in our final year law student. He then at the studio for can talk about a book we in just published when Girlz Planete, teenage pregnancy. So the main aim of this book is on about teenage pregnancy. So according to your own observation, what do you think are the key components of teenage pregnancy in the country, and how you feel say the government and same way so feminists and other CSOs them for do in order for ensure say teenage pregnancy will able to tap or mitigate in the country?
If you read Girlz Planete, you will see for say and not indicates one cause there. Because now an issue where they deal with different things in them. One thing where they cause teenage pregnancy, now where girl picking they make decisions them way they lead to teenage pregnancy. But you not go say all them na girl picking because when it comes to child marriage, now the parents they contribute. Then if you look at No Haven in that particular book there, you go observe say the other thing where they call them now sexual penetration. What I'm so excited about now the focus with sexual penetration don't get in the country. Now people they actually try for prosecute the perpetrators them. Because if you sexually penetrate girl picking and you don't reach the age where if you penetrate some you go probably become pregnant, you don't do two evil things in life. One, you don't penetrate some, you only just penetrate some, now you don't get belly based on that penetration. Then the other thing back now poverty. If you read this book here, you will see for society where we are in the parents, maybe they push a begin to the man. So poverty back now another thing where they cause teenage pregnancy because all man they try for survive. Me and you know say salon not so easy country for make people afford the basic necessities them of life. It's so difficult. And at the end of the day, then they back they contribute to teenage pregnancy and the missed for try for like survive. Then the other thing back where they contribute, like I already don't mention, sexual education. We always think say sexual education are this taboo where they for make people talk about and comfortably. Very difficult. And when girl picking or reach certain age, it's fine for tell them certain things then because if you not tell them, they go learn and athlete. Inside the book, you will see say me and me need some information from a mama. A mama begin vex. Say, so now this year and you party then they talk about now at school. So that's not the typical parents na salon. You can just ask them for just get the information. Then they go begin think certain things there, and they not go just think. They go tell you and back say, oh, so now this you don't begin talk about them. And at the end of the day, that gap play the day between parents and picking and that communication they need flow. And
all right, last up the Fambu, we don't hear much about the book, so I'm not gonna make Miss Mustafa talk enough about the book because the book already done day out. So let's talk a little bit about the publication of the book and when you publish and possibly see if you want the book I go get them.
The book I publish them in July. Well, there are two ways them. I publish them locally, then I publish them internationally. I publish them on Amazon. So if person know the salon, they able get a copy on Amazon. Then I publish them locally in a CLC bookshop. So if person they so far a free to know the book available. So if person wants I can get on a CLC bookshop. CLC bookshop they 92 Circular Road. And at the same time we can do deliveries. Yes. I get me team I work with for do delivery. So if person wants a bag, you can contact 075 17 20 56 or you can just email nafimustafa@gmail.com and we go deliver the book to them.
You know, even tell me the price of the book.
The book now 50,000.
Okay, why 50,000? Person could say it's too small. The money too small for the amount of effort and energy we don't put in.
Well, when I ready for price, I'm at 50,000 locally.
Okay.
Yes, because on Amazon the hard copy now around $8. Then the Kindle version are $5. Okay. What to make 50,000 locally? I look at the economic situation. Like me, so me a student. Then most of my friends are students. Then I not just want for publish some kind book for make just people who then they up they are able to afford them. I publish them in the way that make students themselves able to afford them. Even though na 50,000, it's very difficult to make school picking them afford them still. So you see even at that 50,000, So I just try to maintain the balance. But so far, they champion a campaign called Every Girl, wherein they reach out to people for make them able at least buy copies, they make be able to give to students them. Then I don't go left and at Sierra Leone Library Board. Okay. So people are free, some we're not able to afford the book, they can just go to Sierra Leone Library Board and read the book. So at the end of the day, the message mommy care about.
Alright, you try for work with the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education for lay they able come on board for ensure say they get the copies for and school papers then.
I send a copy of the book to the current Minister of Basic Education through Purposeful Production. So I hand over a copy to the head of Purposeful Production, Mr. Siba, for make Egi the minister.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. So far we wait for make a revert.
All right. So what thing will be final message so from Bole we they listen to you as we end the program now?
The first message now, if you picking get skill, now for encourage them, because you never can tell how far that skill will go. God give we all various talents them and we for use them talents and they for grow. And the other message we get to young people them out there, a very difficult for make them na salon. But if person push hard and try for overcome societal hurdles them, it will go outside everyone go with the grace of God. And so girl picking them out there. Each and every girl picking a gem with they out there, and una capable for become great woman in our society. Una not allow certain things them for serve as hurdle now in una way. And I encourage each and everybody, be it parents, be it girls, be it everybody, organizations and the like, for try for secure a copy of Girlz Planete. For make we able educate we girl picking and for make we able get enough knowledge for know how we girl picking them they think and for make we able guide them. Salon now we own, and in order for make salon develop, we all need for come together for overcome hurdles. Change starts with me, it starts with you, and we all need for put hands together for take salon to the next level.
Alright, thank you very much. Fambo now so the program they left for no for today. Don't forget to say be they listen to City and Uman talk we be the reach from studios na Radio Mantuel on FM 107.3. Inside today's edition of the program, I will get with me Eunice Nafisa to Mustafa, the owner and editor of Nafisa magazine, and Semeso, the chair and founder of Strong Girls Evolution, and Semeso the author of Girlz Planete, Teenage Pregnancy. In case you miss out for the old program, don't forget for listen to the program now with YouTube and Facebook channel at CTN Radio. Or you go listen to the repeat broadcast we will come to Uno. On behalf of my producer Lucy Manet Aliu, may present this program to Uno. Mina Pati Kiata Conte. They say bye bye.
If you want to know the latest about Uman business, join Lucy Manet Aliu every Thursday after the 8 p.m. news bulletin and Saturday after the 6:30 news summary. City Uman Talk with Lucy Manet Aliu.